Today let's see how we can change the bash prompt in a terminal. And let me open up my Mac OS terminal, and here you see I already have a terminal prompt in my ZSH terminal running here. And if you want to change that temporarily, then I could just run this export command with ps1 and add whatever I feel should be my terminal prompt, and it's changed automatically. But if I close this terminal and I reopen, it does not persist, so it's gone. And if I want to make it persist across sessions, then what I need to do is open up my terminal or shell RC file. In my case, it's my ZSH RC file, and here, as you can see, I already have something set on my ZSH RC file, and I could just change that however I like. If I want to make a change, I can change that, and it doesn't change here, but I could source that file and then it's changed. And to see if it persists even when I reopen my terminal, you can see that now it's changed across sessions. And if you are using a different kind of shell, you can check it, and you can look for your bash RC or ZSH RC files and make those changes. So if you have a bash RC file, it's similar. You would just go to it and write the same export ps1 equals to whatever you like, md in this case. So yeah, I'm currently have two RC files, but let me just forcefully source this one, and as you can see, it changed the terminal based on the bash RC file. And just to check what I had here, you can see that yeah, exactly. So this was what I had, and that's what works for me. But when I restart my terminal, it takes it from a ZSH RC file, because this is what I have as my default shell. Yeah, and this is what we saw when we want to create a fixed string. But what if I want to use something that changes based on where I am in the or who my user is, where I am in my directory, what's the time, those kind of things. Let's see, there are also some special characters that we can use. So we can start with username, which is done with this %n. And then if I want to show my host directory, that is where I am currently, I could use %1. And this gives me an idea of where I am in this directory tree on my system. And let's try that out first. So here I'm on my home, so it doesn't show anything. Let me go to didn't show, so something's wrong. Let's see what's wrong. So I added %1. Oh, okay, I missed a tilde symbol here, and this is also required for showing that directory structure. So it's %1 and then the tilde, and for username is %n. So if you see, the username shows, and let's source it again. and now you see there is a tilde for my home, and if I go to documents, it shows that I'm in the documents. And yeah, so I could go to downloads and it shows that I'm in downloads. So this is an easy way to keep track of where I am. You can make it as interesting as you like based on your preference, and you can get this customized as much as you like. But this is what I showed you is for ZHRC, so for the Z shell. But if I'm using some other shell, then that would require another form of. So here I show my directory in these parentheses, and I feel it's more self-contained. And yeah. So here I see that it's inside my recordings directory, and yeah, this is how you do it on ZSH or Z shell. And let me try to show you how to do it on a bash shell now. So for that, what I would do is by default Mac OS comes with Z shell as the default, but you have an option to use a bash shell even on a Mac OS terminal, and the way to do that would be just type bash, and you are now in a bash shell. So if you see, my bash shell is also customized by my bash RC, which I created, and it shows this /u, and /u is the special escape sequence to show username, and in this case I already had it, so it shows my username. But we could also show other things like the directory or the current working directory in this case, and let me add it in. So current working directory can be added with /w, and let's source it, and here you can see that I have a current working directory and my username. And if I go to documents, and it shows me that I'm in documents, and if I go to recordings, it shows me that I'm in recordings inside. So this showed me a very full path to the current directory that I'm in, and you can use this. There are also other ways to show other details like time if you're interested in those kind of things. Let's try it out. I don't use it myself because I can see time in other places, but if you're keen on having that, some people like it because it tells them when a particular command was executed. So this is helpful for those scenarios where you want to see when was the last execution of the command in your terminal, and you can also add that if you like. So right now this is my local time, and I can run some command and it changes, so I can figure out how long before was this command run if I'm curious about that. But for me, I don't like it, so I like to keep it minimal, and in this case I'd not have it here. You could also add colors. Let me just remove this time first. So to add colors, that is a bit more involved, but let's try it out. So there are some special codes for different kinds of colors, and one way to do that is to add these colors. So let's try to add some different colors for our username and for the working directory. And the way to add it is to add these numbers. There are some special numbers in combination with these characters, and this shows the color for particular things. And in this case I have added for the username, and I would also like to add a color for the working directory. And you can add, I don't know many names of or many codes for these colors, so I'm going with the few that I have tried out. So in this case, these are the ones, and let's see if it works. And yeah, so if you see, this is the one that I added was for green. And if I go here, okay, so the working directory is not working because I probably messed up some of these escape sequences. Let's go and fix it. Yeah, as you can see, I don't have a slash before my working directory, and that's the reason I don't see that. And now let's hope it's fixed. Yeah, so now it's fixed, and as you can see, my username is in green and my working directory is in white. So those were the colors that were referenced in this particular settings. So yeah, this is how it looks. You can look up many other colors if you want to customize it, and you might have seen that there are different terminals with different colors for username, for working directory, for emojis. I mean, we can try it, but I don't know how it works. So this would be a surprise for me as well. So let's say we try some emojis. Money. Okay, so I have added a money bag in there, and let's see if it works. Yep, it works. So you're free to add as many emojis as you like, and yeah, make it as colorful and interesting and useful for yourself.